Hello guys, welcome back to another edition of Darrell FreeTalks, and for today's video we are going to do a demo lesson review here in Native Camp. So would you mind closing the windows? I know guys that your primary concern right now is the demo lesson because this is actually the final verdict whether you'll be able to become a teacher here in Native Camp. Well, I can definitely understand where this tension or frustration is coming from. I also been there. It feels like, you are in another world, like you are very baffled. What are you going to do with this phenomenology? But since we are on the same page, don't worry about it because you got me on the line and I can help you with that. Alright? So, before we start with our demo lesson right now, I would like just to say that pardon if I do have some grammar lapses or you think that I sound somehow terrible when speaking in English. Maybe because I'm not really prepared with this one, but I will try my best to help you guys. And also, I'm still a student and I am willing to accept constructive criticisms from you guys, but I hope that it won't affect the overall quality of this video. So before we proceed with the demo lesson proper, let us familiarize the system. So the first thing that you should do when you are going to have the demo lesson is, of course, you have to click the Start Demo Lesson button. So sometimes if you are not aligned with their schedule, you have to wait for their schedule. So just make sure that the time slot there is Manila time, because if it's not, you'll be able to miss the chance to attend the demo, and most likely you'll be getting retake or redemo because there are some system issues right now in Native Camp. But I hope guys that if you're going to follow this instruction that you are going to change it to Manila time, I think we won't be having any problems with that at all. So after you click that start demo lesson, you will be actually redirecting to this page. So at this part, you'll be able to see your camera because it is open. So what you're going to do on that time is for you to hover your mouse here. So as you can see guys, I am not standby, so you just have to click this one. So I won't be clicking it right now because if I click that, there's a possibility that I will be having students now, so I cannot continue this demo lesson, which is somehow bad, right? And also guys, this is actually the most greatest trick I am doing, especially when I am conducting a lesson here in Native Camp. Because on your demo, it is very crucial that admin sees that you are following their guidelines or the class flow. So for you guys not to forget every part of the class flow, this is what you're going to do. So you just have to minimize your board, and as you can see guys, you can resize it to this one. And I have here the sticky note that is actually talking about the class flow. So as you can see guys here, Native Camp's demo lesson, for the part 1, warmly welcome. The second part is system check. Number 3 is greetings or self-introduction. And then building rapport to your student. And then clarification. And lastly, the lesson proper. And the last part will be recap, where you are going to say some words that you have had learned today, and at the same time if there are some grammar mistakes or mispronounced words. So according to the training, actually if there are no mispronounced words or grammar mistakes at the student's end, you don't need to say this, so you just have to focus on this one. And then the last part will be sincerely thank and goodbye. So this is how you're going to do it. So before we proceed, there are some tips that I would like you guys to know. So first things first, the thing and the most crucial part, especially when doing a demo lesson, is that you have to smile. So don't forget to smile because it is in the end of the admin to determine whether you pass or you failed. So if you're going to smile all the way, I don't think that there will be any problems at all. So sometimes if you stutter, they won't actually feel it because you are smiling. So guys, if you're going to do any demo, any ESL teaching company, try to smile because that's the ingredient for an effective class. So guys, if you can do it, please practice to smile. Without further ado, let's get started for the demo lesson proper. So as you can see guys, there's a note here that says color assignment. So for the red tags, such as this one, these are teachers' lines to read. Native Camp's book are very easy to follow because you don't have to make your own script. They are actually providing everything. You just have to read it and familiarize with the book. And it is really, 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 really good, right? And also for the blue part, so these are some others instructions. So sometimes it talks about it is giving such as meanings or some reminders and something like this one, which is really good. And lastly, the orange part, so these are the emphasis on the word or phrases. So guys, take note of this one. It is only found in the teacher's textbook. So I hope that there won't be any questions that will the student be able to see this instruction or not, because they are not. All right? So, right now let's proceed to the lesson proper. So, this is Native Camp's demo lesson. First things first, the admin will come there. So there will be a notification that demo lesson will start at the moment. So actually, the admin won't, make himself as a student right away. So there will be some reminders, short reminders for you to be able to get well versed what will be going to happen in the demo lesson. So somehow like this one, first they will confirm your name, and then short reminders such as smile, just be confident, and I hope that you review your lesson. And at the same time, the admin will probably say the title of the book that you're going to have demo. So the first one, actually, there are two types of demo lesson. There are two books here. So the first one is this one. So why do you need natto for the barbecue? So you just have to click update to be able to see it. But right now, since we already have that demo lesson and you can check it out here, we are going to have first the daily conversation advanced course. So that is the would you mind closing the windows? Oh, wait a moment. Let me just check. Is it here? Not sure. Oh, it's not here. Sorry. So it's here on the. Okay. So you just have to hover your mouse here to be able to see where is it. So wait a moment. Let me just. Okay. So yeah. I already found it. So, textbook category, chapter 2, would you mind closing the window? So, it depends upon the admin whether he will choose why do you need natto or would you mind closing the windows. So, let's get started, guys. Hello! Hi, Genki desu ka? How are you? Oh, I see, I see. I am also fine. Thank you so much for asking. Welcome to Native Camp. All right. So, can you hear and see me clearly? Oh, perfect. Great job. So, by the way, my name is Teacher Soma, or Watashi wa Soma desu. How about you? What's your name? Oh, wow. That's a pretty name. Nice to meet you. Okay. So, your name is... Ah, okay. So, how do we spell that one? Oh, all right, all right. So, are you ready for our lesson today? Okay, great. So, I saw here that you pick lesson... Choo choo. Is that correct? Okay. And the title is, would you mind closing the windows? Can you please repeat after me? Would you mind closing the windows? Okay, perfect. So, dear, please check today's goal. Are you done? Okay, so let's move on to today's phrases. Please repeat after me twice. So actually, guys, just like what I did there, you just have to do a warmly welcome, so you can utilize Japanese language by saying konnichiwa, hi genki desu ka? So konnichiwa means hello, while hi genki desu ka, it means how are you? Alright? So, it is a plus if you are going to use Japanese phrases during your demo lesson. So, for this one, just like what it says, you just have to read the script and follow it. And after that, don't forget to say, please check today's goal, and then are you done? And let's move on to today's phrase. So, please repeat after me twice. So, you just have to read it twice, and then the student will follow. So, would you mind closing the door? Alright. Would you mind closing the door? Okay, so don't forget to make an intonation because this is a question mark. So whenever you see this part, this question mark here, you have to say it with intonation so that the person that you are speaking with will be able to know that you are asking a question. All right? So guys, say for example, if there are some mispronounced words or you have noticed that there's a concern when it comes to intonation, don't hesitate to correct the admin because they are actually intentionally doing it for them to be able to know whether you are capable of teaching English. Because as a teacher, you really have to correct your students. So for this one, you just have to, let's check today's grammar point. So as according to this reminder, so say for example that the students are very well versed about grammar, you can skip this part. And also uh for this part, so actually if it's okay now, you can move on to words or expressions. So before proceeding to some part of the pages here, don't forget to ask for clarification by saying, before we proceed to the next part, do you have any questions? Okay, so let's move on to words and expressions. So please check the directions. So please repeat after me twice. So rub. You are rubbing your jaw. You are rubbing your jaw. Jaw. This is the jaw. Jaw. Alright? So somehow like that. As simple as that, guys. So yeah. So there are also here short conversation and you just have to follow the directions. So you're going to do a role play here. So first you're going to be Olivia and then the student will be Daniel, and after that you're going to switch roles. So there are three portion here. The first one is you have to read it together. So like repeat after you, whether twice or once, and after that have a role play and then switch roles. So actually during my demo lesson, the admin wasn't uh, that time, interested on making this part. So he told me that I could skip this part and just proceed to the exercise. So at this part, he asked me to proceed to this one. So before I proceeded to this one, I just asked him for clarification again by saying, do you have any questions? So okay, let's move on to exercise. So please check the directions, and after that, yeah, for this one, would you mind choo 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 or something like that. So the admin intentionally made a wrong one, so I corrected it right away. And then the admin stated or asked, is it okay if I do this or something like this? So I made an explanation that it is not, because it is part of the grammar rules. So yeah, and then after that, the demo, has been ended. So maybe let's just have a short recap. Say for example, if the admin asks you to review, so this for this one, you just have to put some words that we have had learned so far. So maybe during the demo, you can put some words here so that you won't be able to forget it. And then, just like what I've said earlier, you don't need to put something on the mispronounced parts if there are not any. So, mine. And after that, you just have to say, state your sincerely thank and farewell spills. So, say for example, for me, actually, I am doing some recap like review. So, say for example, I would say this one. So, just to make sure that we didn't left anything behind, do you have any further question? Mm, all right. So actually, I would like to say thank you for attending my class today. It has always been fun having classes with you. So thank you so much, and thank you for being a great part of Native Camp. So we are doing this at the last 5 minutes, the review part, and you can say goodbye. I think for the last 30 seconds or for the last 20 seconds or something like that. So actually guys, thank you so much for watching this video. This is going to be the end of this. So if you guys are, interested about insiders experience about Native Camp, I hope guys that you will subscribe on this channel. So once again, this is Darrell FreeTalks, now signing off. Thank you guys.